we will move on to our next presenter. You heard him already. His name is Alex. He will talk to us about the power of action. And he's a great guy. I experienced him as a coach over the last 4 to 6 weeks already. So we have some very good sessions, and I'm really happy he's here today and that you can also experience him. And I wish you a good talk. And Alex, I would say the floor is yours, the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your kind words. And thank you, everyone, for being here. My heart is full of gratitude to be here today because in 2005, I joined ISEC. And this, it was really an awakening for me that changed the course of my life. I don't know about you guys, but I guess all of you are here because ISEC touched you as well in a way. So I want to start by asking you guys to imagine a river. Imagine a river, and in one side of this river, there is scarcity, there is frustration, there is anger, there is isolation, there is limitation, there is tension, there is shame, sadness. And on the other side of this river, there is enthusiasm, there is love, there is faith, there is hope, there is excitement. Will you guys cross this river? Will you try at least to cross this river? My experience in life is that everyone, all of us, at least once in our life, we really try to cross this river from scarcity to abundance. But this river is not so easy to cross. For some people, it is, but for a lot of people, you know, we can draw, maybe we don't have enough oxygen, we don't know how to swim, we choose a bad place to cross, the flow of the water is too strong. And in some aspects of our life, we give up. This is what we call normal, but actually which is not normal, which is common. To have an intimate relationship where you don't have passion anymore, and the love is not what it used to be. Maybe divorcing, maybe staying alone, maybe having a dog instead of a partner. Maybe having a career where you're stagnating, you're not growing and contributing to the best if you can, but you stay there because it's quite hard to be always the best after decades in life and to keep self-actualizing and lifelong learning. Or maybe it's about your health, you know, you grow old, and when you grow old, you don't have the same energy and strength. And what I've seen in my life is that many people, they try to cross this river without the help, without the right methodology, without the right accompaniment, and they try to do it by themselves. You know, ego was a big thing in my life that didn't allow me to raise my hand and ask for help. And because of that, I stayed so long in the scarcity part of the river. When I joined ISEC in 2005, like some of you said also, I was sick. You know, I would get like antibiotics every single month, like 12 times a year. You know, I was alone. I couldn't get and build a serious relationship. Like I would switch from girl to girl, but I wouldn't build something meaningful with trust and passion and vulnerability and common vision and values. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know myself. I was dependent. You know, I would spend more than I earn financially. I would not add as much value and be able to charge a lot. I was dependent emotionally. My quality of life, my level of emotion will depend on the quality of the emotion of the people I will be with. So if I go to a place where people are kind of frustrated, then it will, you know, I will live with the same tension on my shoulder. And what happened to me will define my emotional state. So I was dependent emotionally. And I can tell you that this journey of, you know, going to 47 countries and walking on fire and breaking wood with my hands and spending every year for 10 years investments to hire some of the best coaches in the planet to accompany me and have now more than 12 mentors. You know, I have mentors for my finance, I have mentors for my couple, for my parenting, for my, like how I deal with my children, for my business, for different things. I'm always expanding towards abundance. And I now have the pleasure to be able to help many people cross this river. And this is a program that we call Power of Action that I deliver, and that has impacted 1.8 million people worldwide already. 1.8 million people impacted by Power of Action. Something must work, from this program. And today I'm just going to give you some golden nuggets about this program. Are you with me? Are you awake? Do you want some of these golden nuggets today? Yes? Do you want some more abundance in your life? Great. I see most people are asking, because the first step is really asking the universe what you want. Quite often in our marriage, in our relationship, we don't really say, we just hope the other person is going to get what we need. And rarely an amazing, magnificent, extraordinary life will show up just by accident if you don't clearly make a request about what you want. Okay, so this is why I want to ask you guys, please, before I give you the golden nuggets, let's all write in the chat what we really want. One thing, can be anything, but I want all of you to write one thing you really, really want in your life. It can be more health, more muscle. It can be having a body that is with more abdominals or more strength. It can be more money. Maybe you want money to fund a project. It can be a promotion. It can be anything you want. Just write in the chat one thing that you really want. So Chris wants more health, and she's getting it. I see weekly she's getting she doubled her health quality in 4 weeks already. So it's really impressive, Chris. She's like book, movie, coaching, seminar. She's really focused on her health, and her health is going to improve exponentially. Carolina, to be a great mom. Wow, this is so lovable. This is so pure, to really help shape the future of your child by being there. To empower myself, Asma said. Okay, that's having more power to be the captain of the ship of your life, to be the writer of the book of your life, to be in charge, to be empowered, right? And I know you already are, but you just want to reach new levels because you're in so many communities of really high level people worldwide, like especially women in tech and Harvard and many places where you're upskilling people. To recruit a success team for my startup. April, I love it. This is a great one. This is very precise. We can feel the energy there. George said, I want wealth, health, and relationship. Only that, George, only that. This is abundant, okay? Because abundant people, they don't say this or this. They don't have false dichotomies. They want both, right? We don't choose, we get everything. This was really the biggest reprogrammation of belief of my life, was to stop thinking I could have a beautiful family or a great career or great health or a lot of money, and actually say, I want everything at the same time, okay? This is where I change the destiny of my life. Kate, I love it. To get a certificate of first stage of Reiki health system technique. My wife does that, it's great, I love it. To organize my business in a more productive way. Well, good that you listened to Asma already and got some tips there. And my talk just after Asma is perfect, because really productivity is really what gets you to get result in every pillar, right? So using what Asma said, you can really get more work done. You can really produce more and focus on your input versus output for getting a promotion or for building your business if you're an entrepreneur like me. You can use that for your health, to lose kilos, to build strength. And what I'm going to talk about here is about how to systemically get this in your life, okay? So the first golden nugget, it's about vision. What defines an abundant life is the size and the clarity and the emotional power of your vision. How many of you have a vision board or have a written plan of what you want to achieve in your life, have written your goals at least? Raise your hand. Let's see how many. Chris? Only Chris has written, Asma as well? Statistically, it's 2% of the world population, April as well, that sit down and write down some basic objectives, things I want to do in my life. George as well, okay. So this is 2%, So it means that most of humanity is really unconsciously leading their life. and consciously repeating some patterns of society of our families. So the moment where we stop and we write down, this is where we put intention and energy. And this is so much needed to cross this river. So I have a vision board that is so clear that I have built for many years with pictures. I go on Google Images and I find pictures for every single pillar of my life. And then I realize my dreams. And I put pictures of myself on top of this picture. So I'm teaching my brain that whatever I dream, whatever I set my intention to, gets realized. I'm cheating a bit, you know. By doing that, I'm reprogramming my beliefs. And then if I close my eyes right now, I can really see with a lot of clarity, and I can even feel, you know, the different dreams I have. I can really see me and my wife in the Thailand Mekong River trip that we are taking, the two of us with the children taken care of, so we can be there romantically and spiritually and emotionally visiting the temples and going to Cambodia and Vietnam and all the different places. I just, in a few seconds, I can access this vivid vision. The vision board on the wall is a great technique, but Nelson Mandela didn't have a vision board, you know, but he had this internal image representation with emotion that allowed him to keep going for all of these years and to achieve what we know we achieved. Are you with me? Does it make sense? The quality of your vision, how much you see the abundance. So this is what we do in the Power of Action. We really help people to have clarity on where they are first, because if you don't know where you are, really, if you're not assertive enough, how can you define where you want to go, right? So I ask people, how is your health? And they say, oh, I'm okay, you know, compared to other people that are sick all the time, I'm fine. That's what I used to answer myself when I didn't know more. Now, if you ask me about my health, I will tell you about my sleep. I know my chronotype. I know exactly what hour I should sleep. I know the best process for me to fall asleep and have the best regenerating cycles, and I accompany my sleep quality. And I know exactly what hour I should wake up every day. I start my day with a prime, like someone wrote in the chat, with a prime time before my wife and children are awake. I know the routine that I need to work on my body, on my mind, on my soul, on my emotions. So I have an hour power in the morning. So my sleep, my body, my physical exercise, I have 8% body fat in my body. I used to have 28%. So I really changed my nutrition. My nutrition is world class. Like I'm really on the top of the world class nutrition in terms of what I eat. I reprogram my beliefs. If you put a pizza in front of me, if you put some industrial food with sugar, no desire to eat it. If you put spinach, man, I will have to fight for it. I eat that every day at breakfast, and my 4-year-old daughter as well. Okay, so it is possible to reprogram your beliefs around vegetables, around nutrition, around fruits, and stop using refined sugar and industrial products. And I know that I work out not just for building muscles. This is the first thing I do when I wake up. I have some elastic bands here, and I will push my muscles to the extreme, only 1 rep, and I will get more muscles than when I used to have a personal trainer. Okay, so my health is about my sleep. It's about my workout. It's about my cardio. It's about my nutrition. It's about how I feel when I look myself naked in front of the mirror. This is all about my health. It's about the level of energy I have, the vitality I have. Because today there is many good ideas for entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur with SYNAPSE, my company. But if you have good ideas and you don't have action, implementation, you have nothing. A good idea is worth nothing today. It's about the emotional intelligence, the emotional juice to go and implement it. Are you with me? Does that make sense? I think Asma said this. You can read articles about productivity is worthless if you don't put it into practice. So really the emotion is motion, is movement. Emotion is a source of life. And I discovered it's a hard price. I went, you know, I had the top mark in my school, in high school in France, and I went to the elite system, to one of the top engineering schools in the country. And I was slightly to the left side, building my cognitive ability, but I could not understand my emotions and my needs. I could not help someone feel better by giving them empathy. I could not go to a place where the atmosphere or the culture was destructive and shake it, that when I go, people have different types of energy and relationship after I left. This I was learning on these 16 years of radical path on personal development. So knowing exactly where you are in every single pillar of your life is the first step. The second step is having a clear, attractive, emotional vision of the future. I have more than 60 pages of my ideal life. 60 pages is like a life book. I have a book that describes my 11 pillars of life, what I want to see there. So if you go on my spiritual pillar, on my relationship with God, on my meaning of life, on my transcendence, on how I feed my spirit, on what I want to leave as a legacy for humanity, there is pages and pages. If you go to my relationship with my wife, Maria, you have very detailed things that we do together and how we do it and where we go and what our principles and values. If you go to the children pillar, I have 2, Theo and Leonora, 4 and 5.5. I know exactly like how I want to be a parent. And this evolves, but I keep journaling and writing every day. Okay, so this is the first golden nugget, really knowing where we are and where you want to go. And the other thing I want to talk about today is beliefs. I can't cover all the 7 big pillars of the program in this short time, but I will tell you one more thing, which is maybe the most important thing I'm going to say today. Did you know that from 0 to 12 years old, everything that you have seen, heard, or felt in a repetitive way, or with a strong emotional impact, will determine more than 95% of the results you have in your life today. It will determine whatever you believe you are. It will determine your belief of capacity, what you're capable or not of doing, and the merit beliefs, like what do you believe you deserve to have or not in life. I didn't know that. But really, until 12 years old, which basically means you're a teenager, so you don't, you're dependent upon your parents and the environment you're in, the external experiences that you get and what you see, hear, and feel in a repetitive way with strong emotional impact determines the destiny of your life if you don't reprogram them. This is how important it is, belief. This is serious. This explains why people are committing suicide. This explains why people are using violence to meet their human needs. This explains why people go again, like depression is very hard to be depressed. You have to behave in a certain way, you have to speak in a certain way, you have to do things. So all of that is because of the original beliefs that were shaped. So how do I help people reprogram these synaptic connections? My company is called SYNAPSE because synapse, these chemical electronic connections that you have billions of times in your mind will determine your destiny unless you reprogram them. How do you program them? 3 things. You change your thoughts. You change your emotions. I'm simplifying right and left brain to say, okay, thinking and emotions, and most especially, you change your communication. Okay, when I wake up every day, before my workout, the first thing I do is I start with my affirmations every single day. And if there is one thing you take away from today, it is this one. This is the number 1 most potent change in your life. Chris knows, she's doing it. All my clients do it. You don't get to be coached by me if you're not ready to do that every day as the first thing. I wake up and I start with my affirmation. I am deeply grateful. I'm the world's best public speaker. I'm a billionaire. I'm an altruistic and profitable entrepreneur. I am kind and patient. I'm a servant leader. I will repeat the identity proclamations of who I am. With nonverbal communication, 70%. So just saying it won't, you have to use your body to say it, and this will reprogram your beliefs. The more emotion you put, the quicker reprogrammation of belief. And then of course you read books, you watch videos, you get coaching, you go to mastermind, you put intensities there to change and to have the new synaptic connection so the old one can disappear. And you can start believing, I deserve to have that in my life. I am capable of doing that. And look at the results. Last year, I was elected best public speaker in France. Never did the training, didn't invest much time on that, but repeating that got me this prize. Do I have any doubt I will win the worldwide competition one day, Toastmasters one, which is the one I believe in? Of course, I know I already won emotionally. Because repeating that daily gives me certainty, and this certainty allows me to use my potential to make this impact. The Silva method, yes, Kate, I see you're a Mind Valley fan, huh? Vision. Yes, I do use a lot of the content of Mind Valley, and I'm very grateful for Vision. And I mean, this platform is a blessing, right? You can have this. I learned to meditate thanks to him. So after 10 years trying meditation, Emily Fletcher, the M Word, the course of Mind Valley is really what got me to build a practice where I don't need audio, I don't need anything, I just do it myself, like 19 minutes every morning and 19 minutes in the end of the day, a bit like asthma or lunchtime, depending on the need. I did the conscious parenting course for Dr. Shefali about raising my children with my wife, the nutrition course, Wild Fit with Eric Edmez. Like there is so many quests, I did more than 10 there that are incredible, and all the contents, they match, the different contents. So I know that my 20 minutes are finished now, so I want to be respectful to this audience and to Chris, that I'm very grateful for that. So just to recap, my message of today is one most important thing, the power of your communication, verbal or non-verbal. Even if you don't speak it, what you think about or what you feel will determine your destiny. So changing your feelings, changing your thoughts, changing your communication is the easiest way to start changing your destiny. Okay. Second, know where you are. Use the systemic self-assessment map. I have one that is amazing on 11 pillars with a lot of clarity where you can go and really understand where you are. And then build a vision, build a magnificent, extraordinary, inspiring vision that will pull you towards where you want to go, and not having to use free will and push every day, but really let yourself be pulled towards your vision. Life will be much more enjoyable. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for having me here. I'm happy to answer any questions. Please do ask me as many questions you want. I'm a life coach. I know questions are powerful and they can transform a life. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening to me. I hope this was impactful.